Hi, welcome to your first virtual Back to School Night 2021. I am Stephanie Curry, and I am your child's either language arts teacher for second grade, or I am their language arts teacher and their math teacher, and I will be co-teaching with either Miss Burns or Mrs. Candelora this year. So welcome. It will be a fun and interesting year. I feel like I'm compelled to tell you a quick little tidbit. When I went to go record this video first in my classroom, our internet actually went down, and then I recorded the video again, and thank goodness I checked it because my screen was not presenting the whole entire video. So it is going to be a interesting yet exciting year. So we have to be patient and flexible. So here we go. I just wanted to quickly give an introduction about myself. So again, I'm Stephanie Curry. I have a bachelor's of liberal studies with a K through 6 elementary concentration, as well as a special education certification. I student taught at CVU in 2016 with actually Mrs. Becky Law. At the time, she was a first grade teacher. I loved the district and the staff and the school so much. I did multiple maternity leaves and leaves of absences, and then about a year and a half later, I was finally a CU Dolphin. I have been back and forth for the last 4 years now, so I've been teaching at CU for 4 years as an LRC and an ICR teacher for either second grade, third grade, or a little bit of both. So I flip-flop back and forth the past 4 years, so it's been great because when I go to third grade, I really get to know the students in second grade and move up with them. And I also understand the curriculum from second to third grade and what they need to know, and also going backwards and from third grade what they should have, been taught in second grade. So it's great. I reside in Northfield with my husband, Will, and my 2 daughters. I have Charlotte, or we call her Charlie. She'll be 3 in November, and my youngest, Cameron, will be 1 in actually 3 weeks. It's crazy. I love yoga. I love the beach. I love spending time with my kids. As you know, they grow up very quickly, so I like to just kind of cherish all the moments. Quarantine was, a blessing in disguise for our family. I was really lucky to be able to stay at home for Cameron's first year mostly. And I love watching junk TV. I am a reality TV junkie, so that's how I get my zen at the end of a long day. So first and foremost, before we kind of really start getting into the nitty-gritty things, I just wanted to say thank you. Thank you for all of your continued support during this transition to our hybrid model. I know that the end of, last year in the spring was not easy for everybody being at home, and then transition being, half in school, maybe half at home, maybe fully remote, whatever option that you chose. It's a difficult one to say the least, but we will all find our groove and our routine, eventually. But so thank you so much for just being patient with me as I sort of navigate how I would like to run our language arts room as well. Some helpful materials to have at home that I think, whether it's for language arts or, really any subject at home. Whiteboard marker and eraser are very, very helpful. I think they're just very handy to have. We've tried to give everyone those materials to take home. However, we gave a lot of those materials out at the end of last year, and most have not been returned. So we are, short. So if you can supply that for when your child is home, that would be great. I'm asking for you to have like your favorite go-to books or your just right books. So whether they're little like chapter books that, your child really likes, or things that you read, at home during your nightly routines, or anything that is just right for your child, potentially like on the reading level, that would be great. Just kind of have those handy, because anytime that, if the internet goes down, something happens and we can't get online, just having those handy and making them that kind of go-to assignment. Like, I'm going to tell you that anytime that you can't get online, or anytime you have a difficult assignment and you just can't get the answer right away and you just don't want to sit and do nothing, go read your Just Right book, or go read, just go read something for, 15, 20 minutes. Having a set of headphones, doesn't hurt to kind of block out all of that background noise and things. And, this is just helpful, maybe having I said organized like bin or folders for each of your students or each of your classes, or especially if you have multiple teachers, you might have Miss Burns, you might have myself, you might have Mrs. Lamp, you might have Mrs. Canoro. So whoever you have, like, it might just be nice to just kind of like keep, things, like I said, like color coded, or in one folder, in one bin, per class, per teacher, whatever is going to get you organized. But I suggest encourage over the next couple of weeks trying to get yourself as organized as best as you can, because I think that's going to be key for this year. So the cohort class schedules, your homerooms are going to go through this, but they look different for everybody, whether you're in the blue, whether you're in the green, whether in the gold. We almost kind of have like a combination of both sometimes. So I just wanted to let you know that our language arts block runs from 9:45 to 11:10. So on a normal school day, that's what it would be. And so that's like for my blue cohort that is with me on Monday, Tuesday in person, that's a lot of time that we have. If you're my green cohort, we're still going to meet within that time. It's usually been about 10:30, 10:40 or so. If you're Monday, Tuesday as well. We follow that same thing on Thursday, Friday, when everybody's home, whether you're in the green or the blue. That is our allotted time. And I've been breaking those up recently in 15-minute blocks so I can have some one-on-one time with everybody. And I feel like that's been working out, pretty well for the last week or so. So all cohorts are a virtual Wednesday. It's technically from 9:30 to 10:30, so the language arts period is a little shortened. However, we were getting some feedback that it was too much because related arts ends at 9:30. And I was asking you to be on, or the other secondary classes were asking to be on at 9:30, and we didn't leave that transition time. So I'm going to say about 9:40 or so, we're going to pop on. And that 9:40 to 10:30, that whole block of time is to be split between your independent work and your assignments that I post on Google Classroom, as well as our Google Meeting. So we're not meeting that whole entire time. My goal is probably to, do a 15, 20-minute Google session with everybody, the blue and the green, and then leave that other amount of time to do your independent work. The virtual class rules. Your homeroom teachers have, gone through this, but simple things just to keep in mind. You want to find a quiet space. You want to be sitting in a chair. We don't want you, underneath your bed or a table, all of that. Be on time as best as you can. Keep your camera on, but your microphone muted. This way we don't hear that background noise, and then you can unmute yourselves when you're asked to speak or you want to, share something. I have to say the kids have been doing phenomenal with that rule. They really do all keep muted until, asked, and told otherwise. So thank you. Keep all the comments positive as much as we can. I know this is a difficult time for everybody. So, just keep that positivity as much as we can. No pets or toys, unless if, we're asked or at the end, we're wrapping up and then you want to share some things, and just be ready to participate, come and just try your best. It's all we ask. Brain break ideas. This is also posted by your homeroom teachers, but things like go noodles, going outside, taking a quick walk around the block, setting a 5-10 minute timer to do some sidewalk chalk outside while the weather's still nice. Get your wiggles out by doing a little dance break, freeze dance, or exercise breaks. You might see or hear me, say, all right, stand up and do 10 jumping jacks in between this next, question. Ready, set, go. If you're into meditation or like a yoga break, just anything that's going to, again, get the wiggles out, take a step back from the screen, and just allot yourself 5 to 10 minutes. And that's stuff that you can go check out on your own. What can you do to make this year successful for both yourself and your child? So just take a look at their book bag every night. Again, this is something that your homeroom teacher probably already said. Look through their blue take-home folders each night. Look at we're asking them to be returned, what to stay home, set a routine for school and follow the provided schedules. A schedule was provided for you, sort of an outline as to, what subject is, from this time to this time, and try and stick to that as best as you can. Please assist with your virtual school days as much as possible. This is very different than what we were doing in the spring. You have the flexibility in the spring to watch our videos and do your assignments at whatever time work best for you and your family. Again, now we were getting a lot of feedback that parents wanted more virtual live teaching. So that's what we're trying to do. However, we understand that that could be very difficult too. So, just try and keep track when your child's supposed to be logged on with us, and just trying your best to kind of navigate, because we are trying out different websites and different things that we want to utilize throughout the year in order to make this year as successful and as productive as we can. And having an adult handy sometimes, to sort of navigate through the internet things would be helpful. I suggest having websites and passwords bookmark on the Chromebooks. So you can always go over to this like little tab up here. Here's like all my bookmarks that over here, so you can hit bookmarks and bookmark these tabs and save your passwords that way. Or it wouldn't be a bad idea to even type them up, and have them again somewhere in your take-home folder or at home, hanging up somewhere, just so you're organized as possible. Communicating with me about anything and everything. I think we've had great communication so far. I apologize for some of the late night emails. It just seems like there aren't enough hours in the day anymore. So again, tell me what's working, tell me what's not working. I want to know what's been good, what's bad. Is it enough work? Is it not enough work? Again, I want to make this transition as easy as possible for both the students and yourselves. So, I'm willing to do whatever we need to do in order to make it work for everybody. But again, if I don't hear anything, then I just assume that everything's going great. And if it's not, I want to know. But again, patience and flexibility is going to be key as we kind of work through all of this. This is a basic, very general outline of the curriculum that we're going to be doing in language arts. Over the past couple of weeks, I've been trying to benchmark and assess the students as much as possible, since I know, it was a lot being home for so long. So we're trying to reassess, where the students are at. So my goal is to have them in guided reading groups and reading level text. I would like them to be reading every day on their level for hopefully, 15 to 20 minutes a day. And I really just want them to be engaging in the text, having comprehension conversations. We're not necessarily going to be reading, maybe like one story throughout the week and getting tested on Friday on that. That's not my goal. My goal is just to have them reading and, like I said, engaging in text, and not just engaging, but really having that comprehension conversation. You could really support this at home when you're doing, nightly readings, maybe at bedtime, or anytime they're taking a book out to read, anytime they're reading on Rise Kids or whatever the case may be, asking those who, what, where, when, why, how questions, taking the time and trying to make predictions. Well, what do you think would happen next? Or trying to dive deeper and, well, can you infer, or can you make a connection, like a text to world, text to self, all of that stuff. Anytime you're just stopping and talking about a book is wonderful. Besides the guided reading, portion of it, we will be incorporating a phonics section of our language arts, something like a foundations or a words their way. That's just a systematic word study approach. So we're going to be integrating word study, spelling, handwriting, focusing on phonemic awareness, phonological awareness, vowel patterns, all of that stuff. So we might be doing one program or the other, or mixing a blend of the two. Again, it's just taking the time, diving in, and finding what's going to work both in person, online, and what's going to work best for the kids and where they're at. And then writing, we're going to incorporate some writing. They're going to be doing some opinion pieces. They're going to be writing some informative or explanatory pieces, some personal narratives. But those are like the three basic big chunks. So far, we haven't really, again, dived into any huge program just yet. We're just getting them sort of acclimated, getting on, common websites that we're going to be using, and focusing just on some comprehension skills and using like mentor text. So the past 2 weeks, we've been focusing on sequence of events, and they've been doing wonderful. We've been highlighting transition words and things like that. And, so throughout the year, of course, we're going to be looking at author's purpose and compare and contrast and story structure and, text and graphic features and all of that stuff. But again, that'll all take time. So thank you so much. If you have any questions, you can find me at stephaniecurry@linwoodschools.org. Everybody should have my email. Join my Reminds as Curry 2021. Post anything on Google Classroom. Last but not least, I just wanted to make it aware that I am a part-time employee. So if you're a in-person cohort, either for the blue or the gold, you might not see me at drop-off and you might not see me at pickup because my day starts a little later than your student's arrival, and my day ends a little earlier than your student's pickup. So you probably won't physically see me. So email is always the best. And again, I apologize for some of the late emails I've been sending recently, but as you know, when you get home from, work, it is mommy and daddy duty, right? But, you just have family obligations, and then by the time the kids go to bed, then I'm back at work again. So again, I apologize if it's late, but I do feel like the days are flying by, and there's not enough hours in the day to do everything. So thanks for your time. And if you have any questions, I'll be on the Google Meeting link, and you can hop on and we'll talk more. But thank you so much for all of your hard work, and like I said, your dedication, your flexibility, your patience. I appreciate it so much, and I'm looking forward to a great, great, great year. Thank you.